These are the 10 most unique games that offer something brand new. All these games have their own style and plus points. I can confidently say that every game on this list will provide you with an amazing gaming experience regardless of your favorite genre. I've also added some bonus games at the end, so let's look at the first game on our list, Kena Bridge of Spirits. One of the most beautiful games in recent times, Kena Bridge of Spirits stands out as a remarkable achievement, especially coming from a lesser-known studio. If every AA game could match the quality of Kena, we might not need AAA games at all. I was pleasantly surprised by the game's quality, given that it was the developer's first title. The combination of animation and art is simply perfect. I vividly remember watching the trailer for the first time and being completely captivated by its beauty. After finishing the game, I was even more impressed. The traversal, combat, and environment in Kena are genre-defining and possess a soothing Pixar-like vibe. The enemies are quite challenging, even on normal difficulty, and the combat keeps you on the edge of your seat, as it's easy to die several times. The game's exploration is excellent, with new items or locations providing rewards that can be used to unlock new skills and cosmetics.
On my way, I met two children. They asked me to help free a boy named Taro.
I'm not surprised that Benny and Saya found you. They are clever children and would do anything.
The storyline is nothing short of impressive, and the seamless transitions from cutscenes to gameplay are always visually stunning. The story revolves around Kena, a young spirit guide who is trying to help spirits in a corrupt land. The narrative is engaging and emotionally resonant, making you care deeply about the characters and their journeys. Everything about the game is elevated to the next level when played on the PlayStation 5, with enhanced visuals and performance. Despite looking like an indie game, Kena Bridge of Spirits is an extremely polished and well-made game. The developers have created a visually stunning and deeply engaging experience that is sure to leave a lasting impression. Metal Hellsinger. I honestly had no idea such games existed on the market. Metal Hellsinger is about killing enemies to the beat of a soundtrack or music. So, to execute attacks, you must have exquisite timing. It's similar to hack and slash, but you have to be careful when you attack. The overall gameplay is easy, with you progressing through it by killing a variety of creatures. The genre is accurately described as a rhythmic first-person shooter game. When it was first introduced, there was a demo available, which many gamers tried and enjoyed, because at that time there was nothing quite like it. The developers created a whole new concept. I personally think that this game needs more attention as it's the first rhythmic FPS game I stumbled upon. Now, for the gameplay, the game is difficult, particularly for newbies to the genre, and even I struggle to get on the beat and assault the monsters. However, despite all of this, I decided to add this game to this list, expecting to give it more attention, as there's a big potential that more audience will start indulging in the rhythm game genre, resulting in developers creating more fantastic games. Metal Hellsinger will be a new experience for a lot of players. Hi-Fi Rush.
See the guy that did this? That's the defect! What? No, I was just... Well...
The action and soundtracks are the two elements that make the total experience exciting. Hi-Fi Rush has a unique approach, as it is a rhythm-based game where you play as the main character and traverse a comic book-style universe. Personally, the combat and soundtracks are the two aspects that kept me interested throughout my entire playthrough. You'll experience genuine chills when playing this game because there's a killer soundtrack playing in the background every now and then. The word boredom is never going to pop up in your head. In my opinion, the game is overlooked as only a few players have played it. The developers did an excellent job of creating eye-catching visuals and interesting gameplay concepts. If you enjoy anime games, this will be your top pick because it was released recently in 2023. The story has a few twists and turns that make it entertaining. Now, let's look at some of the other crucial plus points from this game. First and foremost, the characters are well written. The second feature is the ability to keep the players in constant motion like the rhythms in a rock song. The game is quite unique as it's not boring at all and features exhilarating combat along with banger soundtracks. Some of the moments feel like an absolute blast as every beat and song fits perfectly. Hi-Fi Rush is an experience you don't want to miss out on.
Let's rock, big boy.
As dusk falls,
Dale, the code. Jay can read. Don't screw this up, kid. We're counting on you. All right.
As Dusk Falls is a really well done interactive story game. The decisions you make along the way really feel impactful, and there are many possible outcomes. You really grow to care for the main characters you play with, and even some of the side ones. The graphics are a combination of beautifully static drawn characters with 3D environments. And the fact that you can play the game together with up to 7 other friends, either locally or online, makes for an even greater experience.
His wife.
If you're a fan of decision-making games, like Fahrenheit or Detroit Become Human, you should definitely give this a try. This is a very, very good game. It's one of those games where you don't actually play, but you decide what the characters will do next per se. It's like watching a movie that you create yourself. As far as these types of games go, this is one of the best ones I have played. Great story, complex characters, and you really bond with them and even feel sorry at
When it
points.
come, you could have said so.
Zoe wanted you to come.
Well,
Yakuza series.
cool. Come on now. Check this out. Hey,
Before I start talking about this, I know that it's not entirely unique as there are some games that can be similar. Take the Judgment games as an example. They share a lot of similarities with the Yakuza series. So, before you comment anything stupid, just know that the Yakuza series offers a lot of content and is heavily packed with a detailed open world that provides an immense number of side activities. Despite being a long series with many installments, players won't get bored because of the storyline, characters, and the side content. I have played all the major titles, and am close to finishing the entire series. So, I'm confident that everyone should at least play 2 or 3 Yakuza games, especially Zero and Kiwami. One of the best things about the series is that players can easily get lost in doing the side content. I can't even describe how many times I have been tasked with doing side missions while focusing on the main storyline. The NPCs show up out of nowhere and ask for help, resulting in mission changes and maybe beating the bad guys. Going to karaoke, playing mini-games, and even fighting tournaments. Yakuza is a game that is jam-packed with so much stuff to do in it. It's one of the best value-for-money games out there. My introduction to the series was Yakuza 0, and there are no flaws in it. I really have a beloved spot for this amazing franchise. Let me tell you in which order you should play the games. Start with Yakuza 0, then Kiwami, Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3 Remastered, Yakuza 4 and 5 Remastered, and after that Yakuza 6. Then you can play the newer games, which are Yakuza Like a Dragon, Yakuza Gaiden, and Yakuza Infinite Wealth. Also, if you have Xbox Game Pass, then good news for you because the entire Yakuza franchise is available on it. Sunset Overdrive.
One who doesn't just survive, but does it with style. Who is this hero? Me! Not me? Oh,
You only need to know one thing about this game. It was developed by Insomniac, the studio behind Spider-Man games. This alone is enough to get you started. Sunset Overdrive is an underappreciated gem that went unnoticed because Insomniac decided to focus heavily on Spider-Man. To this day, the game is well known for its linear gameplay and goofy humor. The parkour moves are so visually appealing. When I look at this game, it makes me think of Tony Hawk and Infamous. The game is an example of something you might play after a long day at work to have a fun experience. Sunset Overdrive seamlessly combines multiple gameplay mechanics, goofy humor, and traversal combat. To be honest, Sunset Overdrive really needs a sequel. Personally, I believe that Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man stole the spotlight from this game. You will undoubtedly thank me after playing it, as it contains some fourth wall breaking moments and even references to other video games. The fast-paced action and characters, as well as the parkour moves, are two of my favorite things from this game. The main character is an outgoing, chatty person who uses dialogue and punchlines to make every interaction playful and funny. Sunset Overdrive is a good choice for those who are tired of playing the same old gigantic open-world role-playing games. Super hot. The word super hot might not mean much to you initially, but once you see the game in action, you'll find yourself repeating it. This first-person shooter stands out with its unique gameplay mechanic. Time moves only when you move. Imagine a shooting game where everything is frozen until you decide to take action. Bullets hang in midair, and enemies remain motionless, waiting for you to make the first move. In Super Hot, your objective is to defeat all the enemies in the room to progress to the next level. But there's a twist. Moving too quickly puts you at a significant disadvantage, as time speeds up and multiple enemies can quickly overwhelm you. The key to mastering Super Hot is to move methodically and strategically. The game's slow motion mechanics allow you to survey the room, plan your actions, and execute them with precision. It's reminiscent of Denzel Washington's character in Equalizer, who meticulously plans his moves to take down his enemies. In Super Hot, you become a one-person army, analyzing the situation and making every move count. The thrill of seeing your plan come together is unmatched. You might find yourself performing incredible feats, like throwing a billiard ball at an enemy's face, all while feeling like the ultimate action hero. The game's innovative approach to the shooter genre makes it a standout experience that is both challenging and immensely satisfying. Sleeping Dogs.
Realizing I should have never dropped out of art school. I could have made it. I could have been a real somebody. Thank you for showing me the light, officer.
I want to give you a chance, Shen, but you have to work with...
One of the most overlooked and underrated games of all time. This game had enormous potential. Sleeping Dogs is flawless in every detail. I think this is even better than the Grand Theft Auto games. The main character looks great, and the customization choices are impressive for a 2012 title. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the story is emotional, sad, and definitely worth experiencing. It also includes a range of killing moves and environmental hazards. You can literally kill your enemies however you want. Sleeping Dogs is an open-world version of Sifu Combat. When you play this game, you will never feel that it's a decade-old game. The graphics and details are wonderfully done. The highlights are the parkour and free-running techniques, the various martial arts movesets you acquire during the game, and the open-world scenario. This game never stops being entertaining. You can mess about with anyone and do anything, exactly like in the GTA games.
Then maybe I can cut you a deal. Oh, Superintendent. I'm in the middle of an interrogation.
Inspector, there's been a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding, sir?
As your superior officer, I'm instructing you to...
The game resembles the Yakuza series in terms of side activities. The open world allows for greater exploration than any other similar game. You can interact with any NPC, and you'll be surprised at how alive Hong Kong City feels. The replay value is strong, as you will want to play the game over and over. The main missions are not repetitive and offer unique activities in each mission. Bully.
Or I shall clean it myself. Miss Danvers, are you back yet?
Yes, Headmaster. And I got your tea.
You are good to me, Miss Danvers.
No more than you deserve.
The only reason why I'm calling this game unique is because of its high school setting. We all know Rockstar is known for making tremendous games with high potential. However, Bully is a game that many players are sleeping on. You really need to play this game as it features perfect pacing and a compelling story. There's so much fun stuff that you can do in this game.
Just get me a part for my radio and I'll show you what the army taught me.
What, like how to get shot by your own side?
Exactly.
Briefly, you as the main character are kind of someone who likes to do pranks and isn't interested in following rules. So, in your entire playthrough, you will be doing several things ranging from attending classes to pranking teachers or students, bullying other students, and exploring the open world. Bottom line is that you're basically tasked to fulfill your wildest high school dreams.
You okay?
Bully also offers the freedom to explore the city besides the school. There are so many awesome main and side missions that make the overall game so much fun. There are only two things you need to know before you decide to play Bully. The first is that it's developed by Rockstar. The second is an entirely new and different open world scenario. Honestly, Rockstar created a great treasure that has never received enough recognition.
What? What the? Can't you say anything else? You know what, Petey? You were right. Jimmy is pretty dumb.
What'd you say about me?
Whoa, nothing. No. All I said was that you had to be pretty dumb to get expelled from so many schools. That's all.
Relax, James. All these
Before I reveal my number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Quantum Break,
Monarch radio is lighting up. They heard a noise and know you're coming. Be careful out there.
Thanks for the heads up.
Scorn, Subnautica, What Remains of Edith Finch,
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Origami 2, and Stray. The Walking Dead, or Telltale Games in general. Telltale is one of the most unique developers. They have their own art style and way of storytelling in games. Though they have made many great games and worked on different IPs, let's just talk about their best one, The Walking Dead Season 1. It is a masterpiece. Now, graphics are not the focus, nor the gameplay, but the story, plot, and characters. By and large, most choice-driven games have followed the same formula, inviting you to make your mark in the world by deciding if you want to be good or bad, and accepting the binary nature of existence.
Senses. Crooked Man's the one you want. But of course, you're too much of an idiot to see that.
But in the post-apocalyptic world of The Walking Dead, where the titular dead walk the decaying earth, the notion of good and bad is somewhat dated. There's no right when right can mean shooting an innocent child before it can turn into a flesh-eating beast, and there's no wrong when wrong can mean stealing the supplies you need to survive from those just as needy as you. The Walking Dead is the story of the choices you can't live with, and the choices you can, coming together to create an experience as depressing and pessimistic as it is remarkable and memorable. The Walking Dead never pretends to be anything less than a cruel, dour analysis of humanity's downfall. You're tossed into the cuffs of Lee Everett, a convicted murderer on his way to prison when the first episode begins. In the opening moments, his police escort is sidetracked by the zombie apocalypse, freeing Lee into a world that's not nearly as comfortable as a jail cell would have been. Soon, he's joined by the young Clementine, a child left on her own after her parents took a poorly timed vacation and her babysitter contracted a bad case of the flesh munchies. And off into the new horrible world, Lee goes, hoping to find Clementine's parents despite knowing that they're likely dead.
Hang on, I need a minute.
Okay. How did this happen, Georgie?
Alright, this finishes our list of the 10 most unique games that showed something new. All these games have their own plus points, and will provide an amazing experience. If I have missed any of your favorite games, then let me know in the comments, and I will make a separate video about them. Some of these games are not for everyone as they feature different genres, but one thing is for sure, anyone can choose to play these games as their introduction to a new genre, resulting in having an intense playthrough. Also, if you have made it this far, then please subscribe as I'm close to reaching 13,000 subscribers. So, hit that subscribe button and join my Discord community for awesome gaming recommendations.